Hi, welcome to Transformation Stories. I'd really like to thank Colin for being here with us and being willing to share his story with us today. And there's so many really great stories out there, and we've decided it's time to start sharing them, just to start inspiring other people that you can make a difference in your long-term health just by taking small steps today. The choices we make really do matter for our health. So we've really been encouraging people to take a 30-day challenge. It's a 30-day trial run just to see if making these healthier choices would make a difference for your health. And it was about 4 years ago or so that Colin decided that he would take this challenge for himself, that he would change some things and see if he could improve his own health. So Colin, if you wouldn't mind sharing with us a little bit about your story before you took the challenge. How did you feel before you started making some changes?
Okay. Well, like you said, it was about 4 years ago. Married, I have two kids, and I was noticing when I get home from work, the kids would ask me, to play with them, and one of my daughters actually pointed out to me, "You always say you don't have any energy, or you're too tired, or whatever reason like that," and that was kind of playing on my mind. Then the real kicker for me that I needed to get serious about things, I was leaning over to tie up my shoes, and I had to push my stomach to the side so I could actually reach my shoe to tie it up. So, okay, something definitely has to change now.
Okay, that's a pretty good motivator, I guess.
It was.
Okay, so so that was kind of your motivator to start making some changes. What
Yes.
were the first changes that you did make?
Um, so the first thing, my parents and my sister had actually been using the Shaklee products for a while, and I'd seen positive changes in them, and so they were encouraging me, like when I talked to them about that, okay, you can try this. It's been good for us. So yeah, so I thought I'd go down that route and see how that would benefit me as well.
Okay, so you were introduced to Shaklee by your family members,
Yes.
and you decided to try and take a look at the products. So what were the first products that you decided to start with?
So the first thing I did was the Shaklee 180 turnaround, and then I was also taking the Vitalizer strip together.
What did you notice when you first started taking those products?
It was actually interesting. Along with deciding to, eat better and trying supplements, we also I went with my wife to the gym to work out, and so on the Monday we did a cycle fit class. It was the first one I had ever done, and by the end of it, like I was done. I thought I was just going to go home and have a nap and not wanting to move anymore. And it was Friday we did another class, and by the end of that class, like just a few days later, I still had energy. I could have kept going when the class was done. And so right away I thought, okay, there's something to this. There's something happening. I'm noticing a change. So I was really looking forward to what other changes I would see in the future.
Okay, so that brings us to now, I guess. Um, how is your life now that you've been using Shaklee for about 4 years? And I guess what major differences have you noticed from then till now?
Yeah, well, it's yeah, it was probably after about 2 months of doing the 180 challenge where I had dropped 27 pounds, and that was huge. Just without carrying that extra weight and the extra energy that I had, and being able to do things with my kids, things that I wanted to do or that they wanted me to do, that was really great. And I've continued with working out, maybe not as much as I should, but still trying to get out and work out, and noticing that I feel stronger now. I have more energy to do the things that I want to do, to play with my kids, to go bike riding with my wife or whatever like that. But it's really, I think I was kind of trapped in not even realizing that I wasn't really healthy and not doing things well. And just the change to see that now.
I love how you said that. I've never actually heard anyone say it that way before, but feeling like you were trapped, basically trapped by your own poor health in a way, because you couldn't really live each day to the fullest. So
Yeah.
basically what you did with this, with the taking on this challenge to improve your health, basically what you did is you fueled your health better. You just fed your cells what they needed, and they're
Mhm.
able to work better. And just by doing that, providing just those few basics, that strip and a shake every day, it's incredible what a different life you have now. I mean, can you imagine what your story would be like if you never made these changes?
Yeah,
Um,
I wondered that. It's kind of scary.
yeah, yeah. So it's excellent. I mean, you have a whole different life that you could live now. So that's really exciting to hear. Now, do you have any favorite Shaklee products, and can you tell us why they would be your favorites?
Yeah, and we've tried, like in the last 4 years, we've tried probably pretty close to all of the Shaklee products, and we continue to use most of them on a daily basis. One of the ones that I was curious if it was really doing anything was the Shaklee Joint Health Complex. So I decided, okay, I'm going to stop taking this and see what happens. And it took about 3 weeks, but pain started coming back into my knees, which was why I started taking it in the first place. And like it got pretty severe, so I thought, okay, I better take this again. And within about a week after starting to take it again, the pain in my knees was gone. So that was like, this is a keeper. This is definitely helpful for me, and to keep doing that. So that's one that, like I don't want to do without.
Isn't that funny? So many times we have to do without something so we can actually remember why we want it in the first place. We
Yep.
take things for granted, don't we? If things are good for so long, we start taking it for granted, and we can stop paying attention to it and stop. Yeah, I mean, we start thinking these products aren't working anymore. I don't need them, but that's exactly it. I heard one doctor say, um, someone was saying, "Do you have to take vitamins for the rest of your life?" And he says, "Well, just take them on the days that you want to feel better." So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's, I mean, if you want to live optimally and have optimal energy and optimal health, you do have to take the steps towards doing that. And so what you're doing has obviously been giving you some great results. Do you
Mhm.
have any other favorite products that you want to share?
Um, we really like the laundry products that Shaklee offers. My wife and I also used to get like very consistently getting headaches, and pretty bad headaches all the time. And we noticed after we had switched to using the Shaklee stuff that we don't get headaches very often. It still happens from time to time. But now, like when we're around someone who's using, the traditional laundry stuff, we can really smell that, what people call clean, but to me it's like a chemical smell, and I just feel awful about it. But we know, like my one daughter, she has very sensitive skin, and that using the Shaklee stuff, we don't ever have to worry about that, and and it works great. Everything is always clean.
That is a really great thing to share, because a lot of people think about just what they're putting in their bodies, but it's health is everything that's around us too, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Great point. So just to finish off here, I mean, we're all about creating healthier lives. And so this is one of my favorite things to do is just interview people and ask them about, how was your life made healthier?
Mhm.
And so we're really trying to encourage other people just to create their own healthier life. And if we can be a part of that by helping them get started on the Prove It Challenge, we'd love to do that for them. I mean, it's such a simple little program, and it's doing so much good for so many people. So and part of the program is just teaching people, how to eat clean, how to fuel the health properly, how to get rid of some junk. And so if actually that's what you've been doing for 4 years, and I mean, and the results are right here in front of us with your story. So what would you say to somebody who's kind of sitting on the fence about making these changes and taking on the Prove It Challenge? What would you say to encourage them just to take the jump?
Um, well, I think with taking a challenge like that, you don't really have anything to lose by doing that. To be able to feel better, to have that chance to just see for yourself what it can do. And even if it's just a little bit of improvement at the beginning, you can see that, okay, this is heading in the right direction. And yeah, that show yourself. Like we have stories like that I can share my story, but until you experience that for yourself and know for yourself, that'll be, you have your own story to share then and continue on.
And that's a big part of it, isn't it? It's great to hear stories, but we always have to prove it for ourselves that we can do this too. Because we always say, "Oh, that's good for them; they could do it, but it won't work for me." And that's why we say, just try one for 30 days. Just prove it to yourself that you can feel different too. So I actually just had one more question I wanted to ask you. How was your kids responding to the new dad?
Well, we like to play around a lot and do things and just get out, and So that's been a lot better too, that I can come home from work and not just like, oh no, I just want to lay down. But
Okay, that's
just got back from a week at kids camp with my youngest daughter, and we were going strong all week.
that's excellent, and that's probably the best part of the story.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for sharing with us, Colin. And for anyone who is interested in changing their story, creating their own healthier life, please reach out to the person that shared this with you. Have a great day.